This is Sports Stuff with Jim and Muff and all of the homies.
Here we are.
But
Here we
not Pat, my
go.
homies. Oh, here we go. Do it again.
Here we go.
And what?
Ooh.
That was a new one. I like that.
That's a Harper intro right there.
Well, Nate shook his head, so I don't think he really appreciated it.
I liked it.
I liked it.
I'm
I
glad
think,
you did.
I think it's a good addition. For all the times that Nate gives you shit, Sam, I think that was a good addition.
Thanks.
Today is Tuesday, January 30th, and we have a Super Bowl matchup set. Good chance this is one that we probably could have picked at the start of the season. Doesn't necessarily fit the conspiracy
I
theories
was going
that
to say it's not the conspiracy.
bought
though, and that makes me
into.
happy.
You know, Jim was on board with that conspiracy
I was.
about the colors of the Super Bowl logo, and it didn't happen.
No, it did not.
But alas, we have the matchup with the Chiefs and the 49ers heading to Super Bowl, what is it? 59?
40, 50, 60.
What are the numerals?
Who knows, man? It's a lot.
Okay, we have a Super Bowl. This week we're also going to talk about Ohio State royalty returning to help the reeling football team, because it's always a sad,
We're on the ropes.
somber day in
On the
Columbus.
ropes.
We have a new head coach in Chargerland, Jim.
Shut your mouth. I don't want to talk about it. Well, we're going to talk about it, but it's not right now.
We are going to talk about it. We cannot not talk about this. WWE ushering in a new era with Adam McMahon leading the way.
Yep, that's happening.
We're not going to get too deep into that conversation, but we're going to just toss it out there. And the world really wants to know, how offensive is it really to say horns down?
Don't say it.
I think this just got taken off the airwaves.
People are mad at us. That's for sure.
People just got upset.
Don't
Got
be
real upset.
little,
Speaking of upset, Mississippi State females could be upsetting LSU. Bayou Barbie on upset alert.
Is she
2
playing
minutes.
this game, Jim?
Yeah, 2 minutes
Okay.
and 44 seconds left. Mississippi State up 70-65.
We will see. We will see. Upset alert on the horizon. As always, thanks to everybody interacting with our content on social media, on YouTube, and doing all the fun things at Sports Jim Muff on Instagram and Twitter, Sports Stuff W/Jim Ampersand Muff on Facebook, on YouTube. Subscribe, comment, rate, review, poke, like, and tickle.
Get the bell on.
ding ding.
All of the things, which brings us into Conference Championship Weekend. Starting in the AFC as the Chiefs travel to Baltimore and take down the Ravens 17-10. Travis Kelce with a big day.
He had a day.
Broke
Yeah,
yet another
okay.
record.
Yeah, broke yet another record. Him and Patrick Mahomes breaking records. The Gronk. This was the Gronk Tom Brady mark, correct, Nate?
I was referring to the Jerry Rice one.
Oh, that one too. That's a big one from the tight end spot for Travis Kelce to put up.
I'm pretty sure the kiss heard around the world is probably breaking social media records too. Alex, you gotta stop with that old man shit, man.
Nope.
Live a little, buddy. Let love. Like, let it be.
Rumor has it she's still picking out his facial hair from her teeth.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Alex, can't you
Okay.
just let the love light shine?
I was going to make a very inappropriate comment, and then I
Ooh.
did. And I'm very
We already
proud.
might get canceled for saying horns down. We don't need you to get.
I know. That's why I stopped.
Said it again.
We're already a little risque.
That I mean,
Let your light shine.
all right. Patrick Mahomes actually got some help from the receiving core in this
Shine.
game, but that did not include Kadarius Toney, who went live to IG to tell the world that he indeed was not hurt. Which may not
Maybe
be
his
the
butt
best.
hurt.
He may have truly been. It wasn't a good look for him, especially after Andy Reid came out later to say the injury was not made up at all, and he indeed was injured.
Who are you going to coach or the player?
I'm gonna believe the coach. At the very least, I mean, he might be butthurt. There may be some other injuries at play.
Well, and then I swear I saw they said that he and his girlfriend, wife, fiance, whoever, just had their first child the day before.
I don't know. At this point, it doesn't matter. He didn't play. The Chiefs were able to win a conference championship game. I think maybe he belongs off the roster for the time being. Lamar Jackson doesn't fully live up to the billing when all the chips were on the table and he was needed most. In my opinion, there are actually times later in that game where he looked like old school Joe Flacco, just tossing balls up to Beckham and anybody else that could get down the field looking for pass interference calls.
Yeah, I even told my boss this morning because she's a Mahomes lover. I said, the Chiefs didn't win that game, right? The Ravens just lost it, like gave it to them.
Indeed, the Ravens only had 6 rushing attempts by running backs in the entire game, coming from, I believe, a top 3, if not top-ranked, rushing offense in the league. May have not been their best strategy in the world, especially in a close game in conference championship.
I never understand why people change the strategies that got them there in order
It's a script.
to win a game.
That's the anti-script. They only had 8 rushing attempts when you think of actually scheduled rushes. Yeah, Lamar Jackson had additional rushes, but the other 2 were wide receiver rushes, right, on like jet sweeps or whatever that may have been. So I think that's a huge, huge flaw and hole in their plan. Some other things that happened in this game: Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes were picking on Justin Tucker prior to the game.
Were they picking on Justin Tucker, or was Justin Tucker instigating them?
So it came out, I believe, on Monday. I think it was a post game presser. It just didn't get much pub because, right, the Chiefs had won and everybody's talking about that. Tucker came out and said, "Hey, this is my normal routine. It's been my normal routine for years. I moved over a little bit because they started doing their workout, and it obviously wasn't far enough." Tucker said it was all in good fun. It's all gamesmanship and sportsmanship. He did not have any ill will. I think he just had his stuff out there and it got in their way. And, Travis Kelce was a bit forceful.
Just like messing around, like get the hell out of here, man. And then like, haha.
Right, but probably with a little bit more on the line, right? It got a little bit more tense. Maybe, in a regular season game, it may not have been like throwing the helmet. It may have just been like just moving it. So
Fair.
Don't know. Obviously, the Chiefs make it back to the Super Bowl. I had a thought, and that is, the Chiefs making it back, does this shed a little bit of light on maybe why Eric Bieniemy was not hired last offseason as a head coach? Maybe it wasn't the man behind the man. Maybe it's always been Andy Reid.
I think it kind of has been Andy Reid, but at the same time, it's like you think of how many unscripted plays Mahomes makes and keeps them in games or gets a big splash play. I mean, those are things you just can't coach.
I most definitely agree. Other thoughts on this game, Jim? You want to talk about Taylor Swift?
I just saw that she was down on the sidelines. She was following mom. She was cool, Alex. I don't understand your beef with her.
Honestly, more than anything, I made that last comment just because it's funny to make you all worked up.
I mean, she was cool. She was a sweetheart. I think she's the NFL darling.
Oh my gosh! Now you're pushing it. See,
Alex, I want you to pick the lesser of 2 potential evils here. Would you rather see a lot of Taylor Swift, or would you rather see Brittany Mahomes and Jackson Mahomes?
I'd rather see Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Done.
I just think she's. I think she's.
Taylor Swift's way more tolerable than those 2. I will give you that.
I don't understand what the problem is with her.
It just becomes the Taylor Swift show. If it wasn't the Taylor Swift show every time the Chiefs played, I wouldn't care that much. It's fine. Their relationship does not bother me. But I have seen the only thing I've seen about the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl is that stupid picture of those 2 kissing. That's the shit that drives me nuts. Like, I want to see other highlights.
What do you want to see? What do you want to see, bud?
Other highlights from the game. Anything. It's just everything. I mean, literally when the Chiefs were going to the Super Bowl on CBS, when you open my CBS Sports app, there was not a picture of the team with the AFC Championship trophy or Andy Reid celebrating or anything like that. It's freaking Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey kissing. I'm like, why is it got to be them kissing?
And that whole Kelsey boy, Travis
Why can't it be him
Tyler,
celebrating with his teammates? Why are we looking at
Tyler
who's kissing? Do we look
Kelsey.
at Brittany? There's never
The
pictures.
brother was there. Nice
There's
warm
never-
embrace of brothers.
There's
Oh,
never
I
pictures of Brittany Mahomes and Pat Mahomes kissing.
Because that's gross. It's like a baby kissing a supermodel.
Okay, so that's allowed to be gross.
Yeah.
There was no Christian McCaffrey kissing a woman.
Well, he may have been concussed.
Well, I don't care. You can still
That
kiss.
hit was pretty rough.
Well,
So-
he needed a kiss even more then.
I think you're jealous. I think you're secretly jealous.
No, I do not find Taylor Swift attractive.
I don't believe that's
Put it
true.
on
I
the
think
record. I have told many people this. I do not find her attractive.
that's what someone who's jealous would say.
That is-
There are a lot of Carrie Underwood, freaking smoke show. Love her. I would be jealous of that. Taylor Swift, no, not jealous.
There it is, Alex, not jealous of Travis Kelsey. At least his dating life.
Very jealous of Mike Fisher on the Nashville Predators.
Alex, did you know that there's actually a line that if the Chiefs win, if he's going to propose to her on the field, there's a betting line that exists?
And Alex is gone.
Has Alex disappeared again?
Well, she's gonna make it back from Tokyo in time.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
see this?
we'll get to that. That's definitely in the
Okay.
cards. Alex has disappeared.
I
Apparently,
came back.
oh, Alex
Reluctantly.
has reappeared. Maybe.
I did.
Okay. Well, with all of that, let's get into the NFC, where we had the 49ers taking down the Lions 34-31.
Oh, I'm so mad about this game.
The Lions went into halftime up 24-7, and they seemingly had the majority of the momentum in their favor. And then the 49ers defense decided to step it up in the second half.
I wouldn't even say that. I don't even think that's true.
You know,
I think it's more of like the Lions decided to just stop.
okay.
Like Brock Purdy was just their daddy in the second half.
I mean, they forced a fumble. Jahmyr Gibbs, pretty much one of the first plays you had going on for them in the second half for the Lions.
Yeah, but that's one play. Brock Purdy was running all over them in the second half.
Brock Purdy,
All over them.
#1 game manager in the NFL.
So his
I
teammates.
mean-
His teammates did say a lot of that post game.
That blonde guy that was from Michigan, what's his face?
That blonde guy.
Could have just, hurt Purdy and saved us all the trouble, but no.
Aiden Hutchinson, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, that Michigan man could have, stepped up when we needed him. Nope.
So
Shoot,
you were
are you-
actively rooting for Michigan?
I was actively rooting for the Detroit Lions.
you were rooting for a Michigan team.
I was.
That's
And a Michigan University player.
I was.
all at the same time. This
I
is
was.
this is
While
growth.
sitting in the state of Ohio.
Ooh,
Yep.
it's growth, Jim. It's growth.
I know.
You've grown as a human, and we can all appreciate you for that. Dan Campbell continued to stay aggressive, maybe to his detriment at the end of the game,
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
by not
Yeah.
leaving enough time on the clock after they scored the touchdown, which ultimately put them within 3, but then put them in a situation where they absolutely had to get the onside kick, no matter what.
And came real close.
That
Well,
was
they
one of the
had
closer
to get there-
efforts.
They had the chance there late to kick the field goal
hmm
and get points on the board, and they go for it and don't get it.
That was dumb.
I mean, that's what Dan's done all year.
Yep.
So you can't knock him for that. But I mean, when you're in tough times against tough teams late in the season, you've got to take any single point you can get when you can get it.
I thought his first field goal might have been the first half.
It was the end of the first half, right?
That
it
was, out of
fourth
character
and-
for him.
It was 4th and goal about like the 5. I think
Yeah.
it was around the 5, and there was a lot of discussion about if they should go for it, just because it was so
Oh,
close
he's
to the end of the
froze.
first
Muff
half.
froze. That was out of character for Dan.
Yeah, but I think the whole thing with that was that the 49ers were getting the ball back at the second half. So
Mhm.
you lose. Like I think that if the Lions were getting the ball back at the start of the second half, that he would have gone for it.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, Alex, if they get a big stop there on 4th and goal going
And
into
then
the
they're
half,
carrying the momentum. Yeah.
yeah.
So I know we've talked about this, and this did not happen in this game necessarily, but I actually heard some interesting statistics on why teams go for two after they score first when they're down 14. And the percentages to win the game are high based on the amount of missed extra kicks versus the amount of times that you can convert a 2-point conversion. Didn't play out here, but I think it plays to that aggressive style that Dan Campbell's usually going for. On the 49ers side, do we think that Brock Purdy has silenced or at least subdued all of the haters, saying that he's a game manager and nothing else
For 2 weeks.
Yeah, for 2 weeks.
for 2 weeks?
Yeah,
So
I'm with that.
the only way to silence this is to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And even then, like,
You have to not be a game manager winning the Super Bowl. You have to win the Super Bowl.
I mean, he's got to go out there and win it. He's going to be forced to make some sort of big play, though. But I think, yeah, given his narrative, you got to go out and win the big game. You can't just continually win the division, get deep in the playoffs, and not win the big one.
So what type of stat line? Is there a stat line that we're looking for? Is there like a marquee throw that he has to make like late in the second half?
I wouldn't say there's a marquee stat line. I mean, he just got to probably make some off-kilter throws, like not Mahomes-like throws, but get out of the pocket, extend the play a little bit, and keep a drive alive. And basically show that you're the reason why you should be QB1, not just because you can make all the throws or whatever, but you can do something different. Like you see Lamar like Lamar takes off and runs for first downs, and Mahomes scrambles like crazy and can make a 5-yard sack into a 15, 20, 30-yard gain. Like he's got to do something off schedule to keep them in the game and to extend the drive or get a big splash play or something. You can't just sit back there and do all these check downs and, like they say, be the typical game manager.
Okay. All right. And then moving on to the Lions as they transition out of the playoff picture. Do we think this is a potential one and done situation for the Lions, or if they set themselves up to be competitive at least in the short term?
If they can keep that nucleus together, they can absolutely be competitive in the short term.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I think if anything, this group as a group has climbed throughout the season. So I think that if they can continue that momentum, come back with an edge, I think that we could see them in this position again.
Well, because they were even talking pregame, like all the contributions they've got from rookies this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you got a young team, you got a cheap team. I mean, they're talking about extending Goff and being one of the more highly paid quarterbacks. So we'll see what that happens. And do they have anything left? Because they're going to have to pay Amon-Ra St. Brown here next year in a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, I agree. They have overall their marquee players are younger, right?
Right.
Like you said, they've got Sam Laporta at tight end, rookie, Jahmyr Gibbs, who can be the feature back, rookie. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who you alluded to, Nate.
rookie. I'm sorry. I thought we were doing a thing.
He's not a rookie.
Just thought we were doing a thing.
TJ Hawkinson's only a sophomore. Or TJ Hawkinson. Sorry, that's not his name.
I think he's about to get surgery though.
Yeah.
Which is why Laporta's sitting there in the background. But I agree. I think the Lions can be competitive in the short term with the nucleus they have in place.
I was thinking Aiden Hutchinson, by the way, not TJ Hawkinson, but you know what I mean. My name in my head.
That's fair. Which brings us into the Super Bowl. The game of games. Chiefs taking on the 49ers. I'm not sure as we're speaking if the logo has to be redone to reflect two teams that use red in their logo. So it can be the red
and
Super
gold
Bowl
of
logo.
different shades.
Right. So
if you look at the logo though, it's kind of fading itself.
The purple's fading away.
Yeah. So the whole story is still there. It's still a thing.
Did Taylor Swift have like a song that has purple in the title? Sam?
Ooh.
Yes.
What's the song called?
Not in the title, but Lavender Haze.
Lavender Haze.
But she also Speak Now. The whole thing was like purple themed, like the whole album.
Is that the current album?
No, that was in 2013, maybe.
Okay, I think that's too far away.
And if you add the numbers together, multiplied by,
Oh my, I'm done. We're moving on.
We get the number of months that those two have been
We're
dating.
moving on.
boom.
Do we think in the Chiefs
2010,
49ers matchup that the most important is the Chiefs defense versus the 49ers offense, or the Chiefs offense versus the 49ers defense? Which do we think will control the narrative of who wins this game?
Chiefs offense, Niners defense.
Agreed.
I was gonna go the other way,
Of course you were.
but I was gonna
I
go the other
mean,
way.
I'm with Alex.
Thank you, Muff. What does me going the other way have to do with anything?
Well, you're a cantankerous old man.
Wanting to say that I think the 49ers offense is better than the Chiefs defense, but I think the 49ers have a good defense that can keep up with the Chiefs offense.
Right, I
Question
think
is,
this is the
what's the
time.
most important matchup? That's the question at hand.
Right. I still contend that the
Yes.
Chiefs defense is going to be tested significantly more in the rushing attack
I
because the
do.
49ers are not going to only rush the ball 6 or 8 times. The 49ers will do their part to put the ball on the ground, not on the ground, but use the rushing attack with Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and the whole lot. That's
Okay.
why I think this is an important matchup. What are the opinions otherwise from the Chiefs of 49ers D matchup?
If you let them stay hot early and you feel like you're playing from behind, it's just gonna be the narrative. Can you keep up with them?
With the Chiefs offense if they start out hot?
Bless you.
Yes.
Okay.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Is it a lavender haze over there that's getting you, Nate?
Lavender haze.
A little bit. It's that good stuff.
But Snoop's on the call. This may be one of the more intriguing tight end matchups when we think of tight ends on each side of the offensive ball. We have Travis Kelce and George Kittle.
Yeah.
I mean, do we really care about this game? Like, in all honesty,
I
It's the
really
Super
don't.
Bowl, Jim.
okay, I'm with Nate. I don't really care.
I mean, I'm not like overly hyped for it, but I'm
We
excited.
know how you feel, Cranky.
Bring on the commercials.
Should I just not talk? Muff, why don't you just go ahead and mute me? I just won't talk.
So grumpy.
Jim, since you apparently are plugged into this, and maybe
Mhm.
Sam, I don't know if you are. What's the narrative on Taylor Swift making it back for the big game?
She'll be back the day before at 8 p.m. landing in Vegas.
In Saturday at 8 p.m. Vegas.
Yep.
She's gonna
From-
make. She's not gonna miss it.
From where's she coming from?
Tokyo.
She's coming
Dun,
from
dun,
Tokyo.
dun, 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 dun.
So she's gonna make it back. Do we think there
Oh,
should be
now
any type?
Grumpy's gonna be pouty Grumpy. Look at him over there. Getting them muscles though. You been in the gym, bud?
A little bit.
You
For
been
those,
flexing?
for those on the YouTube, Alex is willingly
Rock-
removing himself from conversation about
Rocking
Taylor
the
Swift.
medium.
It's actually an XL.
Oh, ooh, get up in your game, bud. Got them guns out.
Sun's out, guns out.
I don't know if the sun's out.
It's not.
If Mahomes and the Chiefs win, Patrick Mahomes will have better overall stat line, as well as just as many Super Bowl wins as Tom Brady. This point in their careers, this many years in, I think that's a pretty interesting thing to consider.
Alex, how does
About
that
how
make
we
you feel?
revere.
You don't like that? Taking one of the legends out? Not a big fan.
No, I
Too
mean,
young,
I don't know.
damn
I mean,
kid.
it is what it is. It's objective.
Damn kid.
It's objective.
Subjectively, do you think Mahomes is better than Tom Brady, Alex?
No.
Okay, there's the answer that we
But
needed.
but my opinion is marred because I'm thinking Tom Brady now, not Tom Brady.
And Jimmy Johnson will never
At his
replace
age.
Dale. And
Oh boy.
All right. Any other thoughts going into this Super Bowl matchup? Okay, since we want to talk about it, are there any companies' commercials that we're excited for?
Doritos is usually good.
That's what I was about to say. Doritos is usually good.
I'm here for the movie
They're always
trailers.
Cry.
Jim's here for the movie trailers. What'd you say, Sam?
Budweiser. They always make me cry.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's always sweet.
They
Rumors
have-
are-
There's a puppy and some Clydesdales.
Rumors are we'll get the Deadpool versus Wolverine trailer. I'm here for that.
I'm
Maybe.
here. I'm here if there's going to be a Pfizer commercial with Travis
Oh.
Kelce and Taylor Swift. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Or
Oh,
a State
boy.
Farm commercial with Mahomes and my auto.
Ooh. Also
I miss the
possibilities.
E-Trade, baby.
E-Trade,
It's a
baby.
good one. It's a good one.
Or was the NFL play 60 or whatever?
Those ones are good too.
You think we'll get a college football trailer in this?
Ooh, I feel like this is like not the college football. I think that's too. I think it's too much money for them to spend
Yeah,
for that. They can get so much free pub out of the social media situation there.
true.
I don't think they need. I don't think they need
That's
the
true.
on screen time. Real quick, what's the go-to app?
FanDuel?
Appetizer. Well, appetizer. Sorry.
Oh.
I tricked you. I tricked you
Wrong
with
show. Sorry.
that. Appetizer.
I always am going to say buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah.
Jim?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm a mozzarella sticks guy.
With cocktail sauce? Or marshmallow? Was that with marshmallow?
Marinara. Oh yes.
What do you eat it in? Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Go back
Marshmallow
and
fluff.
watch the hot wing, the hotness episode from
Yeah.
about a year-ish ago. Where marshmallow fluff is a good substitute for a dip. But any other thoughts on the Super Bowl from the cantankerous bunch that we have that nobody's interested in actually watching the game?
You think there's going to be a streaker?
Oh, that'd be fun.
So does a streaker have to be entirely naked, or does it have to be somebody that goes across the field
Sam.
Just they have to be completely naked.
as they try to go across the field?
Yeah, you gotta go big or go home, you know.
Yeah, especially in Vegas.
Alex, are you okay with a streaker? Like, is your generation cool with
Yeah, it's
streaking?
funny.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
funny.
As long as I get slammed like James Harrison.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that, but if they get tackled, that's on them. I don't want to hear anyone cry babies. You do
Ain't
that.
no cry, baby, when you go streaking, damn it.
You go home and cry baby, and then he gets streaking and you tackle him, and that's on you, okay?
They took our jobs. The streakers took our jobs. All right,
None of
let's.
them hip hoppers won't coming on during that halftime show neither.
Oh, I know. Who is halftime?
It should be Bruce
It's
Springsteen.
Usher.
Oh, the damn dancing guy's gonna be dancing more than
know.
he's singing.
Get rid of him.
God dang on.
Where's Hank Williams?
We need Hank.
Oh, where's Bocephus when you need him? There we go. Who's the ultimate halftime show? Since we went there,
Are we doing Alex? Or are we
no,
doing
just legit. Like Alex can do what Alex is gonna do, but who's everybody's ideal halftime show? If
well,
they
Sam's gonna say NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, so took care of that.
Is he right?
That we think is gonna perform.
No, who
No,
would be
no.
your ultimate halftime performer?
Oh, my ultimate halftime performer.
Mhm.
I mean, I do love NSYNC, but Taylor Swift, hello.
Oh.
hello.
I honestly don't know why
Listen,
she's not.
She better not make an
Shut up.
appearance.
NSYNC because they need to make a comeback.
Okay,
I'm-
Nate.
I don't really know.
I don't know if Nate listens to music. This is a good question. I don't know if I've ever heard
He
Nate
does.
listen to music.
He does, but it's like weird, like screamo shit.
Is it angry music for the gym?
It
Sometimes.
Yeah. And I asked him last week if there's any performer out there that he would pay money to see, like, because it's an experience. Because Taylor Swift is an experience.
Nate's
That's
and
what
Billy
Travis said.
Joel.
He said no.
No, there's nobody you'd pay to see, Nate.
Not that company.
I would say Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh
That's
my.
right.
Are you
That's
just
right,
trying to
Nikki.
get under my skin at this
Yes,
point?
yes,
that's-
Alex.
That's right, Nikki. I'm on Team Megan.
Oh
Jim the shit stirrer.
my.
Alex,
You guys, have you seen the controversy?
I don't even know. I don't know. it would be something like country, and I feel like that's not the vibe for the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
you don't say.
So I'm trying to think of like a. I'm
Well,
trying to.
it was after Janet Jackson and Justin
I
Timberlake.
know.
They had to go back way back
Yeah,
into the
thanks,
conservative
NSYNC
vibes.
man.
What?
Dang
Jay's
old,
touring again, so I don't want to hear it.
I need to see my America. We need to fly over.
I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think of a good like rock band.
As far as you didn't say Willie Nelson.
No, I was thinking more contemporary country artists.
Nickelback. You want Nickelback?
Oh, Hardy
No.
puts on a pretty good show.
I was curious if you're going to go to Hardy. Jason Aldean.
Hardy. I was thinking like a Hardy. Jason Aldean would be good, like Brantley Gilbert, like rock, like country rockers. You know what I mean?
Jelly Roll.
He could come in,
Want some Jelly Roll? Do you?
but
He could
his songs
have
are a little
guest
like
spot.
his songs are a little sad for
Oh, okay. I say bring out Megan Thee
like
Stallion.
Hardy. We could do sold out, and it would like
Jim, are you only a fan of Megan Thee Stallion because she uses the word "the" like the Ohio State?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I fuck with that.
That's a good look, mate. That's a good look.
You guys got to get into this controversy though.
What's the controversy, Jim? Why don't you tell us? Since
She's
we're on a pop
dropping-
culture vibe right now.
She's dropping some serious heat. I can't even speak of the heat because we'll get canceled. But she's dropping some heat at Nicki Minaj. And then Nicki dropped a track today. Whoa.
These diss tracks, this like
Yeah, there's a diss track out today. It's not Nicki didn't even rap.
is this like Eminem and MGK?
Yeah, but it's not because it's not the same. Like even MGK has a lot better skill than this, but woof.
What would you say to not get us canceled is the primary reason for the beef, Jim?
So Megan's shot was about Nicki's husband, who has a
Hey,
trying not to get canceled here, has a rap sheet on him that's not good.
okay. So
And
questionable history, a questionable history of
Not even
decisions.
questionable. It's not good. Like,
Okay.
would get us canceled. Not good.
Okay.
And Megan takes a shot at that. Well, then Nicki just does a whole, basically Twitter rant, but to music on Megan Thee Stallion.
Coming back at her about some other questionable decisions in history.
Everything.
All of the things.
Yes, it's
Okay.
epic.
Well, my questionable decision for a halftime show would be Kid Rock.
No,
You can't tell me what my opinion's going to be on this.
No.
That's who I want.
no. Like, are
With
we talking
special
about,
guest
like,
John
now
Daly.
Kid Rock, or like Kid Rock when we were kids?
I'm talking the Kid Rock that I remember.
Yeah, that's different.
He comes out with Ball with the Ball to start it off.
No, that's different.
With the ball, the bang, the bang.
And then we
There's
have a good
two-
old time.
There's two variations of Kid Rock. I don't know if you knew this or not. There's pre-Trump and post-Trump Kid Rock.
Right.
You
I
don't
want
want-
the pre-Trump.
You want pre-Trump Kid Rock. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. That's okay. I'm not trying to have any politics here. He just turned a little crazy on us.
To be said about potentially lots of people around this time of
You're
the
right.
political spectrum that
You're
we're going to be traveling on. But
I take Eric Church.
That'd be good.
he could do good work. I agree.
Good middle ground for all of us.
What
you
was
say?
that?
If we're going for a country person, Thomas Rhett would be my pick.
Yeah, that's just because you think he's attractive.
I have seen him twice in concert, and
But
I
you're
love
not
him.
denying Jim's claim.
No, I think he's hot, but like that's beside the point.
Jay-Z.
If
Wouldn't
he brings
mind.
Beyonce,
Would not mind at all.
We've seen Dr. Dre recently.
I'd take Kanye.
Talk about a little off
It'd
the
be a
rocker.
show.
Little off the rocker at times.
Every single person who was in charge of that production would be holding their breath the entire show.
now I
Exactly.
feel like if Detroit would have made it,
In fact, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you, Sam.
okay.
You know Taylor Swift's in the crowd, and you got Kanye doing the halftime,
Ooh, wouldn't it be hilarious if she came out and stole something from him?
You're right.
and like stole his thunder, right?
Right? Be perfect.
about it.
Sorry, Kanye. I'm gonna let you finish, but this one goes out to Travie.
Who's that to kill a Trav?
Or they cut in the middle of it to her in the booth.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I just hope Usher doesn't like have her as a special guest performer because I will lose so much respect for Usher.
Oh wow, Nate coming strong with the old man on the porch.
He
So you-
is
wait.
such a
This implies that Nate has a good deal of respect for Usher to start with, which I
Yeah.
think is maybe the most
You have to respect
surprising
Usher as an
news.
artist, right?
I'm just like Alex said. I'm just tired of the narrative. Like
Uh-oh.
this is the
Thank
Super
you,
Bowl.
Nate.
It's the Super Bowl, not the Super Taylor.
Oh boy, Nate coming strong from the right field.
Thank you, Nate.
Wow. Go ahead, Grandpa, too.
It's like,
you got hate in your
like,
heart. Let it
what-
out.
Like what other players, celebrity, significant other have we basically like kissed their feet?
Kyle Ustek's wife, apparently, because she makes those sweet ass jackets.
You don't see them showing her every commercial break and every time Travis gets on the field. And
Anytime anybody's wearing one of those jackets, we talk about her. Taylor
Yeah,
has
we
one.
talk about it.
We showed
But
the
I mean-
shit out of the Kelsey's mother, too, guys. Like, just for the record.
Yeah, but
I
she
feel like that
birthed
kind of
him.
went away after the Kelsey Super Bowl.
She got a whole year out of it.
I was fine with that. That's different.
I mean, how often can you?
Because-
Not only do you have two kids in the Super Bowl, but they're playing against each other. I mean, I didn't mind that narrative.
So we're okay with the mom, but not the girlfriend.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Okay, Grandpas. Sounds good.
All right.
my mama said.
Well, my mama said we're gonna move on.
Mama says Taylor Swift's the devil.
And we're gonna get into the coaching carousel, starting with the University of Michigan that named Sharon Moore head coach, replacing Jim Harbaugh, who makes his way to the Chargers.
The Chargers.
Jim's fandom is in question, potentially up for grabs. Jim, would you like to make an initial statement about your Chargers fandom and how you're going to use this offseason to come to some conclusion about what team you will have fandom for in the future?
So I am in limbo.
Are you a free agent or are you in limbo?
Oh, that's 30. How old are you in third grade?
8.
Depends how
That's
many times you
literally-
fell back.
Literally 30 years of Charger fandom. Gone.
It's disappeared now.
I'm in limbo. I'm out.
So you're out. You are a free agent. You are officially a free agent in your fandom.
I'm in the transfer portal.
I was just gonna say, what if they don't take you back?
I'm in
Yeah.
the transfer portal.
Could always remove his name from the portal.
I know. Therefore, I'm in the portal.
You're squarely in the portal. You have
That's where I'm
declared.
at.
You have declared, and you will not be eligible for a scholarship next year to be a
Right.
Chargers fan.
Right. Like I think if I do bounce back,
They may not accept you.
It's
right.
a walk-on situation.
Right. And I don't think I can like rock the t-shirt for a full year
Okay.
if I bounce back. And I've had offers, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, explain.
That's what I was gonna say.
Go on.
What
I've
other-
had offers. The Browns fans.
Mhm.
I've had a Browns fan. Thank you, Dan. Shout out to Dan. Said I could then join the Browns fandom and he would buy me my first t-shirt.
And they would accept you with open arms.
Is that an
Sent me with
NIL
open
deal?
arms.
Is that an NIL deal? You get a t-shirt?
So the Browns have placed their offer from my fandom.
To get you a T-shirt and welcome you with open arms.
Open arms.
You realize that's probably the most anti-Pittsburgh thing that you could do,
I know.
which would
I've-
be on brand.
I've had people say I should be a Patriots fan
Because
because they're, starting over, building anew.
you can be a fan of a Boston sports team. You talk a lot of shit about Boston sports fans.
I know. I've had, believe it or not, Yinzers reach out to me.
Yeah, I didn't even
I
try.
mean, Alex and I have made this plea already.
Not you people, but Yinzers have reached out and said, "Hey, join
If we're
the
not
winners."
Yinzers, what is you people in this situation? What are
But
we?
you guys didn't reach out to me.
I think we
Say,
know a
hey.
losing battle when we see it.
Join the winners. It's amazing. Like, as soon as Harbaugh got hired,
Mm-hmm.
multiple people, thank you all for reaching out and checking on me, but also offered their teams to me. Thank you.
Are these all Ohio State fans at the same time?
Let me think. Yes.
All of those offers to me are not true offers because it's people that share your fandom in college. Nobody went on a limb here to offer their fandom
What do you mean?
because you all have a commonality of Ohio State fandom, and that's
Yeah.
really where you bond.
Yeah. Well, duh.
I think these are empty offers otherwise.
Dan offered me a T-shirt.
Okay, that was an empty offer. That actually had some substance.
Yeah.
What I really want to know is, and I didn't realize this until I did a little bit of research. How can you resolve yourself to cheer for Western Kentucky in any manner of fashion whenever the Harbaugh namesake was a
Mhm.
longtime coach there, Jim?
He's not there now.
It's Hilltoppers.
Because Hilltoppers. So you can
Like,
you've sworn off an entire NFL team
Uh-huh.
because of Harbaugh's coming there to coach. Meanwhile,
Yes.
the man who created this Harbaugh and has
Yeah.
brought you great strife over the past few years in your Ohio
Yes.
State fandom, you can still be a fan of the team that he helped bring to the forefront.
I want to make this real clear. I'm glad you bring this up. I want to make it real clear. Had the cheating allegations not arisen,
Okay.
I think I would not be so eager to get into this portal. I think I would have been like, well, he's a winner. I can forgive him. He's not at Michigan now. But he's a cheating bastard. So it's hard for me to be like, well, because like he's always going to be a cheater. So like even if he wins the Super Bowl with the Chargers, somebody's going to be like, well, remember that time he cheated the Buckeyes? And I'll be like, yeah.
He cheated the Buckeyes.
Only the Buckeyes, the only team that was left in the wake.
Got it.
The only team. No other teams were left in the wake of this alleged scandal.
Guys, you know how it's going to come back at me, right? Like I'm saying, I'm a Chargers fan. We win the Super Bowl, and I'm going, yeah, Super Bowl. Somebody's going to come at me and say, remember when he cheated the Buckeyes? It's going to come at me. And I'm going to be like, and it's going to taint the victory, which is like, well, you can't forgive him for that.
Okay. That's enough Jim Ohio State talk for now. There's more to come on that later. The Falcons have hired Raheem Morris in the two hires that we did not see coming, the first of which
Yeah, did not. That was wild.
former Rams defensive coordinator. How do we feel about this hire for the Falcons?
What did Bill say to piss them off?
Atlanta 20-3. Suck it.
You think he relived that moment for them and just flipped them the double birds, Nate?
I mean, maybe.
That would be awesome if that ever came out.
Do you think he's asking for too much control?
Yes.
There's a good chance that I feel like he's trying to bring his sidecar, which is his son, with him. And people are like, no, we're good.
Well, not only that, but like I said before, I think he's looking to go to a team where he can like right off to the sunset and go and win right now. Atlanta's not that.
Yeah, Atlanta's the only team
That's
we know that's
fair.
actually like brought him in for discussions
That we know of.
that we know of. I agree. There may be some other things going on here. But the Panthers hired Dave Canales, former Bucks offensive coordinator. Nate, do you see any ripple effects to your team down in the Sunshine State?
Well, if they bring Baker back, that's how many different coaches now? I'm just adding another.
At this point, does it matter to Baker? He just shows up and slings the pill.
Yeah, he just shows up and goes, "Oh, you're my coach this year."
Yeah.
Cool. Here's the plays we're going to run. Sound good? Thank you.
But I mean, I understand the hire for them because I saw somewhere, I don't remember if it was on ESPN, Yahoo, whatever. They were like, "Look what he did with 1 or 2 years with Geno Smith, resurrected his career."
Well,
Baker-
that's just, he was such a high pedigree to begin with.
Anyway, so he resurrected Gino's career, made him a starter. Baker had the best numbers of his career this year, apparently. And then now they're like, well, now you go get Bryce Young.
Here's the QB whisperer. Can he do it again?
I mean, and they were what, the worst team in the past 2 years. So I mean, there's not like the floor is that low for you. I mean,
there's only room upwards, onwards and upwards in that situation. So yeah, I mean is what it is. It's not ideal for the Bucks, and for the Panthers it may be one of the better options that they could have gone with as far as a way to cultivate that talent, which leaves the only open positions in Seattle and in Washington, with I would say the top candidates right now are probably Bill Belichick, Mike Vrabel, Ben Johnson, and Bobby Slowick. Of those four, let's assume those four, who do we think are the two men out, not getting a job in this offseason?
I don't think Bobby Slowick gets one.
Okay.
I think he goes back to Houston.
Who's your second that you don't think gets the job, Nate?
I don't think Bill does this. I don't see Bill fitting in either one of those organizations right now. Washington is way too much of a reload. And I think that Seattle one is just a little awkward with the whole Pete Carroll thing.
Yeah, I don't see Bill Belichick replacing Pete Carroll in that organization.
No.
Like 1 year out. So I'd agree definitely that I think Bill is definitely one of the odd people out. And I think that Sloak as well, which leaves Rabel and Ben Johnson to get these two gigs. Nate, Jim, feel otherwise, or Alex, Jim, you feel otherwise?
No,
I
I
don't
can pick up what you're putting down.
I don't think Vrabel or Bill get the gigs.
Okay. Going for the young calves. Let the old bulls go out to pasture.
Well, I
think
did see another conspiracy theory. They said if the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, don't be surprised if Andy Reid retires and then they try to go get Belichick to take over the Chiefs.
Ugh. Ugh.
That's a
Talk about just going right into the dynasty mix again. That would be nuts.
I
That's
don't
all I
like
gotta say.
that.
That would be nuts.
I don't think Mahomes and Belichick mix.
It's
Like
definitely,
at
I think,
all.
a change in style. Andy Reid seems to be
like you
more
can do whatever you
open.
want.
He could do whatever he want. I mean, he's very much a player's coach, and the more you hear about Bill, the more you find out that he has a good relationship with the players overall, but they just have a very specific way in which they go about their business. Yeah, but I don't think that would mix as well as we would want it to, or people.
I don't think that's I think ugh, would you risk if you're Bill Belichick, the cojones you have to be like, I'm Bill Belichick. I can make anything happen. And then you kill that dynasty? Like to go out on that sword?
Yeah, that would settle the debate. Was it Tom or Bill?
Yeah, that settles it right quick.
Right? No, I think we all know. But he has a Tom-like figure that he would be going to, so you could always
I don't
say
think
it's
he's
always been the
Tom like
quarterback.
though. I don't think he's Tom like at all.
I think we just talked about the stats and the Super Bowls may add up.
Yeah, but they went about it two different ways.
We will see. Well, that was the time, everybody. We're gonna get our Ohio State and Columbus update from Jim.
There's really not much to talk about, bud. Ohio
Uh,
State beat Michigan's wrestling team.
Yeah, that was a top 5 upset.
Never heard anything. Never heard a lick about it.
Didn't hear anything about it. That's great because
Knock
I
upon
actually
wood.
watched the end of that wrestling duel and it was pretty exciting. The
I
heavyweight
know.
matchup
It was good
brought home
stuff.
brought home the title, not the
Good
title, but the
stuff.
win. Okay,
Women's basketball ranked number 8, as they should be. That we should probably be like to the rafters on this. Not a word.
still no.
Don't get all
still no
butthurt,
talk.
Grandpa. My point here is that the town should be excited for their team, and nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. So
I didn't think that's what you meant when you were talking about to the rafters.
I mean, well, they should be packing the shot for this, and no. So it's quiet in Columbus.
Is it?
Yeah,
Are we sure?
for now.
I mean, Mike Vrabel's out there, Jim. Are we not talking about him joining Anthony Schlegel, who's
No,
coming
it's
back on the strength staff?
it's common knowledge that Schlegel wants no business at Ohio State.
He
Like
wants no
it's
business.
no business there. He does not want to deal with college kids. Not at all.
Even though he's reportedly coming back to the program, Jim, to help during the workouts, the winter workouts.
I mean, he might come and visit and work out a little bit, but he's not. He ain't getting in there, bud.
No?
No.
What if he were to come back in a more full-time basis?
What does more full-time basis mean?
He's with the team throughout the entire summer and for the season as one of the strength staff.
I would be shocked. I've firm money that he doesn't.
Firm. I mean, I'm not going to go against that. I just saw the report that he's come back to help for winter workouts.
Yeah, that okay.
That's the
But-
report.
I still would put good money that he doesn't stay.
Okay, if Vrabel doesn't get head coaching job, does he come back and do anything for the Buckeyes?
Not long term. Not for the
Not-
season.
He's not an analyst like Bill O'Brien.
No.
Okay. BYU students were forced to censor.
I shouldn't say no. I take that back. If it means he doesn't have to recruit and all he's doing is like reporting today, like, hey, this is what I see. I'm going back to my farm now to hunt for the rest of the week, or yeah. He'll be fine.
Okay.
But if he's got to go in and coach and put up with the kids, no, he's not doing that. He's not doing that gig.
BYU students were forced to censor their bodies and their shirts that spelled out "horns down" in the front row of a recent basketball matchup between the Cougars and the Longhorns. Is Texas going to actually be able to survive in the SEC
No,
with this type of
no.
catering not occurring? We
Texas-
would expect.
Texas is soft.
Texas is soft. The whole state.
Yeah.
Jim has said it. The whole state of Texas is soft.
What was the reasoning behind them censoring this
It's illegal, Alex. Didn't you know?
to say horns down?
You people.
Yeah, they spelled it out on
I mean,
t-shirts.
yes, like I get it. I know that it's like against the rules, like for the players to do like a horns down thing. But like, why does a kid wearing a shirt that says horns down have anything to do with anything?
My
Because
question is-
there's feelings, Alex.
Do you claim them in the Big 12 still?
No, it's over now.
Over.
Okay.
And football at least. When
So if
basketball-
I want the record to show that, like, if they make a run,
I just said when basketball season is over.
so you're still claiming them.
Yes, and when basketball season is over, I will no longer claim them.
So this shit that they're doing now.
I don't know, Alex. Texas Big 12 baseball.
True, but
So this is a representation of the Big 12?
sure.
Big 12 soft now.
About it.
Is Big 12 soft?
No,
Is that-
they're getting tougher because Texas is leaving.
Yeah, exactly. That's why
Well,
we're
they're
kicking
still
it out.
there. So are they soft?
The Big
For
12
now.
is not soft. The Big 12 is tough, and that is why they are kicking it out Texas. Is Texas a Big 12 team this year in basketball? Yes. Yes, they are.
Are they one
That's
of
what
the
I'm giving
better
you. I'm
teams in
not
the
playing
Big
into
12?
your. I will refuse to play into this
Are
anymore.
they one of the better teams in the Big 12?
I'm refuse to play into.
After this academic year, the Big 12 becomes
They're currently losing 22-12 to Houston. If anyone wanted to know,
tough. That's what I got from this. Starting in June,
they
Big
actually
12 is
aren't one of
tough.
the better teams in the Big 12.
So in June they'll be tough?
June.
Texas will be
No,
No, the Big 12 be
a
tough.
lot tougher. Cutting
T-
A
dead
lot
weight.
tougher.
TUFF tough. Speaking of tough, a tough look this past week after Vince McMahon resigned from his role with the WWE, but whoever the sports group is that is over top of all that. Prior to the Royal Rumble happening over the weekend, it is the first time since the 1950s that no member of the McMahon family is working for what then was Capitol Wrestling and then turned into what we now know as the WWE. We're not going to go into details, but Vince is all the way in the ringer
Evil bad human.
with what he did
Bad.
and said
So bad.
that has put him into this position.
There's a bigger, like, I understand the McMahon, his son-in-law still works there. First of all. Second of all, like, there's a lot of bad stuff that happened. A lot of bad stuff.
You can do your own research. We are not going to get into it, but just know
A lot of bad stuff.
bad.
The Rock is
Okay.
on the board of TKO Sports, which oversees the UFC and the WWE.
What is he not involved in?
That's the conversation I wanted to have. That I want to steer away from that sinking mud hole of Vince McMahon. The Rock, a board member. So now he's XFL / USFL.
It's the UFL, United
UFL.
Football League. Yeah.
Okay. And now he's on the UFC WWE movies.
Isn't he doing something for Daytona this coming
How do you
weekend?
not like? Yes,
Yeah.
he's the what is it called? Grand Master, Grand Marshal, or something?
Grand Marshal.
Grand Marshal, Alex, please no. Don't.
That's at West Virginia right there, boys.
Alex, no. It's the Grand Mass. It's the
I
Grand
know,
Marshal.
but what? That's not what I meant. What's the? That's what
Yeah,
they're calling the parade.
it is the Grand Marshal.
Muff's face is as red as my fucking sweater.
Why? What did I do then?
You don't know, and that's why I love you.
This is
Ladies
why
and
it's an
gentlemen, he
innocent,
doesn't know,
it's an
and you can
mistake.
tell.
You
It was
can
an
do
honest
you can do your own
mistake.
research later, Alex. It'll take you 2 seconds when you Google that.
To say Grand Marshal.
No,
No,
the other
not
one.
what you said.
Oh, the other one was bad, and then you kept saying Grand Marshal. Yeah, no, the other one was bad. That was a group of people that we don't like to associate
Okay,
with.
we're done. We're talking about Dwayne the Rock.
I was just
Johnson.
putting it out there that I know what that is,
Alex,
and I didn't
we're
realize that's
talking
what
about Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Muff's face is so red.
Do we make you nervous occasionally?
So, right, the Rock's involved in pretty
A
much
lot of
everything.
things.
Anything that has extreme influence over the world.
Do you think he's going to run for president one day?
Oh, I hope not.
Why not, man on the porch?
Because what does he know about politics?
More than most of them know.
No. I'm not into that.
Well, this is a political podcast. I'm going to leave this be. You and I will talk offline.
He's an extreme lobbyist.
That is true. Good point, Buff.
I mean, that's when you think about the political
point.
realm. A great lobbyist does not necessarily make a great politician.
That's fair.
I'm not going to say that he would not be a step up from some people in the political realm, but
Yeah.
neither here nor there. Anything else? How'd the Royal Rumble? Did anybody watch?
I did.
Nope.
I figured Jim
I
did.
did.
Any
Not bad.
any positives, Jim?
The women's Royal Rumble was good.
I saw some clips and it looked interesting.
It was good.
Were you a fan
Athletic.
of Pat McAfee?
You know what? Yes.
I feel like you're a Pat McAfee WWE fan, just not a Pat McAfee everything else fan.
I don't mind his show.
Okay.
I don't like him on game day. That's my only beef
Okay.
with him.
All right. That's fair.
That's
He was in there for what, like 10 seconds tops.
And honestly, I think that has to do with the McMahon thing.
You
And
think
the
it was
Brock Lesnar thing.
it was a filler?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to put a baby face turn
come
on
back.
this.
Yeah.
Didn't he come out and claim that he had no idea he was in it?
Yeah. It
Which
was like, hey,
is also very possible.
hey, we need you to go in, get out, make a little schmoz, and
Yeah.
kill
I
some
just
time.
saw the clips on his social medias, and he's like, comes back to the table. He's like, "How big is that thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
They wanted me to get in there with that."
That's what she
Yeah.
said.
All right.
Alex, you've done enough for one day.
That's what she said.
I've done enough.
I don't need to have
I've been poked
a
and
heart
prodded
attack,
and
Alex.
instigated.
God.
That sounds
All
like a
right.
soft Big 12 fan to me.
Oh, speaking of things that are typically
Soft?
not tough, the NBA looking to maybe get its act together. Not to say that this wasn't worth watching, but the LSU South Carolina women's game last week trounced the NBA Celtics Heat game on the same night with viewers and ratings. Do we think this is more of a statement of the positive impact that LSU and South Carolina have on women's college basketball, or is this a negative indictment on the NBA regular season and how much people don't care?
Yes.
Both and,
Yes.
right? So, right, Jim, this was a game that South Carolina, I believe, won.
Well,
Did LSU go down tonight, Jim?
they did. They did. Last minute 3 knocked them out.
They lost to Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I still think it's cool, right, that you have women's basketball in the regular season, right? This isn't even in the tournament. This is a high profile during the regular season game that caught this attention, which is great. I think we've already stated that nobody cares about the NBA regular season on the whole. It's even past Christmas and we don't care.
Shorten the season. Don't let them sit out of games.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do a grandpa take for Alex. Raise the hoop a foot.
Honestly, at this point, you might as well. They can all get this one pretty easy.
Like, let's make the game more interesting.
Yeah, that would be an option. Speaking of players that sat out and players that had great games in the past week, we had two 70-point performances over the past week, including Joel Embiid with 70 on January 22nd, which would have been last Monday. And we had Luka Doncic with 73 last Friday, which is a game against the 76ers, which Embiid took the night off, which was to the less than excited outrage of the fans who wanted to come see him in a high profile matchup in this game. He went from starting to available to a healthy scratch.
That's
Think-
just stupid. Don't let him sit.
I think this plays into this. He only has 6 games that he can sit for the rest of the year. After 6 games, he would not be eligible for the NBA MVP, which is something that Adam Silver put in to avoid the load management consistently
What
throughout
do
the
they
game.
care about the MVP, though?
I feel like there's probably a roster incentive, but the NBA, the high profile NBA players get paid so much, I don't think that it really impacts them. I agree.
They don't care. Get rid of it. Get rid of the sit out. Make it mean something.
Make it mean something. Make this episode mean something by making sure you help promote us on all the social media, get all the things out there. Any other topics for today, gents?
No, if you want me to consider your fan, your team from my fandom, let me know. Best offer I have right now is a t-shirt. I mean, not a bad offer.
I feel like we need to get a Lions fan on this
I know.
conversation.
I know.
Feel-
Well, we have
like-
Alex.
That's true.
I have one I could offer you.
A T-shirt or a team?
No, my friend is a Lions fan.
Tell your friend to let Jim know.
I will do that.
Or let the podcast know. We're all about friends here, and the way that we continue to go up, 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 and up towards the moon, past the moon, into the rest of the solar system, into the rest of the galaxy is to tell a friend, make a friend, be a friend.